Taoist Magic Talk Show brought to you by Taoist Master จี师傅天日 Dragon Taoism ผู้亮天尊 Hi everyone, welcome back to the show. This is your จี师傅 right here. Today we're going to talk about some interesting stuff, interesting wisdom that you can use and you should learn and use and apply in your everyday life. And it's actually a nice topic suggested by my disciple. So this disciple have benefit from learning in our lineage and applying these wisdom and the things he learned about, like, the commandments, the virtues and all that. And he said, well, it actually helped him a lot. So he suggested one topic, which is, why do we have to stay proactive? Okay, I'm not going to really go into like proactive directly, but I'm going to change it around a little bit, calling it how to get control over your life. Because a lot of people are actually not in control while they think that they might be in control of everything. So there are things that you should avoid when you want to be in control of your life. First of all, why do you want to be in control of your life? Why do you want to be the one controlling everything? Well, it's like a car, okay? You have a steering wheel, right? So if you don't steer the wheel, other people will steer for you. So in a way saying, if you don't want to drive, you will be driven. What does that mean? Well, you see, like there are people who are like, oh, whatever people do, I'll follow, right? Well, yeah, like you really don't know why, but everyone goes there and I just go because, everyone is going. For example, oh, it's a holiday. Everyone's going to the mall and then shopping. So you just like, you don't know why, but you just have to go. And then you went there and walk around the whole day and wasted your time there and bought some stuff. And that's it. That's what you do in holiday. So, everyone's going, my friend's going. And well, we decided to have lunch together then. Yeah. Are you actually in control? No, you're not, because you don't even know why you're going. You just go because your friends are going, so that's why you're going, right? You follow, and you're like, yeah, but I want to, maybe, like all that want is just excuse. I want to eat with my friend though. I want to have a lunch with him. Well, why do you want to have lunch with him? Well, because he's my friend. No. That's not because. It's just because that is the time everyone's going out and they are going out, so you feel like you have to go out. Why are you going out with your friend anyway? Well, because they're my friend. Well, yeah, but why? Well, everyone goes out with their friend. That's what people do. Yeah, but why? Right? Like you really is doing things because other people are doing it. And that happens not only to Westerners, but also Asian. And that is a big problem. Like people are following traditions. Like everyone is doing it. That's why I'm doing it. My grandfather and father and parents are doing this. I'm doing the same thing. No question asked. People are like so blind. And well, we're talking about religious stuff here, right? So what's the problem with this? Well, the problem is all over Asia. Big problem. Asia, Chinese, a big disaster in religion. Why? Because everyone is like this. They're like, well, my parents believe this, so I just do it. They do it for a long time already, so I do it. It has been like a long history behind this culture, so I'm doing the same thing. Do you actually understand? You don't. But do you care? No, I don't care. I just follow. Yeah. And that's why a lot of DIY, like do it yourself, altar are there. And a lot of people are building their altar, worshiping nothing. And then, well, yeah, they're like brewing up their own God. Okay. Like you're believing that statue is a god, and you start worshiping it blindly, just like how your mom did, your grandfather did, and then eventually, you know what? Look at Taiwan, look at Singapore, Malaysia, lots and lots and lots of garbage. Oh, sorry, not garbage. Even worse than garbage, temples out there. What are those? Well, I got a case before, and I know how this thing works. Okay, people built temples because they like most of the time they don't learn from anyone. More like, okay, this guy, they have a spiritual problem. Okay, they got haunted by evil stuff. And then, well, they will go to some other temples to seek for help. And then these other temples cannot handle it. And then eventually that guy got possessed. And then they think that, the possessed spirit must be a god. And then eventually they get tricked into believing that thing that possessed them is a god. And then they built a whole temple to worship that thing, to like, oh, if I worship that thing, as a god, and, well, I just agree to help them to do whatever they want, then we'll be safe. And then eventually this thing passed down to the next generation, and then it becomes like an obligation to upkeep the temple because your grandfather is doing it, your father is doing it, like that. And then, well, that's how the whole thing worked. And then everyone just get more and more crazy. And you look at those parades and crap, and people are doing tons of freaky stuff. Like, in their culture, they are like freaks. They get possessed, and then they show you, hey, look, I can like get all bloody. I use this to stab my body, this to like slash my body, and all the blood splash out, and I'm in no pain, and that's my God power. That's what they believe, and it's totally effed up. The whole culture is stupid. Like, they believe this is God. Okay, and then it's what they are is a bunch of people who got possessed by evil crap, and then they claim that is God. Okay, yeah, God, evil God. Okay, come on. People are crazy. Okay, and what they're doing is they build these temples to worship this so-called God and rob other people's soul energy. It's like they are just being a slave, building more and more centers, like temples to suck up the soul energy of the whole place, and everyone just fall into that. And, well, in return, they give you like little things, oh, let me help you, give you some advice in life. And while like their life is very effed up, and then they give you advice. I mean, like, seriously, you don't know what problem they have in the family, and then you think they can help you. They can't even help themselves. Like, I had disciples who came from that background, and they are super effed up. Like, the family is full of problem, full of money issue, health issue, and that thing cannot fix them. And then people go to these temples and think that, hey, God, come help me. And they believe that can help them. Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, it's crazy. Okay. That culture is effed up. It's a mess. So yeah, don't go visit those temples, guys. Okay. Now, I'm being very straightforward, so I'm not going to sugarcoat and say, oh, everyone is trying to be good. No. That's effed up, okay? Directly. That's why you're here, right? You want the no BS version of Taoism? I'm telling you, that's effed up. This is not called tradition. This is called BS. It's basically people get like screwed by evil crap, and then they keep spreading it with a very legitimate looking disguise, okay? Just like that. So don't go fall for it. Now, why does this happen? Because people don't have the virtue and the mindset of being proactive and being in control of their life, because they're so into following others. Like, I just follow. Hey, wait a minute. I'm not talking about being independent. Okay, like, in control of your life doesn't mean that you have to be independent. Like, oh, I don't need anyone's help. I only believe in myself. No. I'm not into that American like kind of stuff. Okay, the American kind of mindset of being independent is actually a problem too. You know why? Because look at this world, okay? Anything that is big and strong and powerful and growing bigger and bigger are not independent. Companies, government, military, country, everything is not growing with like only one person in there, okay? You group together, like a bunch of chopsticks tied together, you become a mega strong unit, right? Togetherness, teamwork is one of the things that I emphasize in my lineage a lot. So if people try to like be independent, be yourself, then you are totally going to be the biggest loser in your life, because no one can grow by themselves. However, being in control is very different. Okay. For example, what am I saying here is that, like, if you are a disciple in our lineage, okay, being in control of your life and knowing to be proactive means that you have to first set the direction. The direction is what? I get ordained, I want to learn Taoism. That is your intention, right? Okay. How do you learn? It sounds very stupid. No, it's not stupid. A lot of people don't know how to learn. You go to school, right? Okay. Your teacher teach you how to learn? No, they don't. They only teach you content. When you go to school, right, the teacher open the book and say, everyone, today we're going to teach this lesson, and then start writing on a blackboard. I write, you copy. So stupid, right? The whole idea of learning in school is so stupid. They don't teach you how to learn. They teach you to be a robot. They type, they write on the screen or the blackboard, you copy. Are you learning? You don't know how to learn. So how do you learn? In order to learn, you need to first be humble, and you need to empty your cup. Like what you have in your mind about this before, you should let go of it first. And because of that, you have the desire of wanting the other side stuff, like whatever the teacher have. Okay, now, if you're being proactive, what will you do? Okay, let's say you really I want this girl to be my girlfriend. What will you do? You will do a lot of things to make that happen, right? You want to learn this stuff, then you should be asking questions, because I want this. What about this? What about this? Like observe the kids' behavior. Learn from a children. They are great learners when they are young, before they get polluted by the so-called educational system. Yeah, kids are extremely good at learning before they go to school. You know why? Because they always go like this. Mama, why is this yellow? Oh, because, because the duck is yellow because it's yellow. Oh, well, but why is the duck is yellow? Oh, because it likes yellow. Why does it like yellow? They keep asking why. And they get very annoying, right? But that's how you learn. A good teacher do not hate question. A good teacher will not dislike people asking more. I personally don't dislike that. I love people asking questions. I hate people being quiet. Because when they're quiet, they're not asking, it means that they don't want to learn. They have no desire. You don't want my stuff? Like, you don't want more? Right? I have my stuff here for you. Why aren't you getting it? Right? Well, yeah. Being proactive means that you're in control. You're steering the wheel. You're controlling. I set the direction first. I want to learn. That's why I ordain, right? I pay so much money to ordain. Why would I do that if I don't want to learn? Okay, now after you have set the direction, being in control means that you have to make that happen. Now, what if you do the opposite, like not in control? Then you will follow other people. Oh, let me sit in the classroom and observe. Let me see what others do. Oh, other people just like sit there and don't raise their hand. Then I better shut up and just observe. No one's talking about this yet, so I should not talk about it. No, you imagine like you think like that. Everyone else have the same mindset. When will there be a question? Never. No one's going to ask a question because no one's going to start. If you have this mindset, everyone have this mindset, the classroom is dead air, right? So you're not being in control. You want to learn, but you're not steering the wheel toward that direction. How can you learn? Okay, now what about this? You want a raise in salary, right? You are working for someone and you want a promotion or you want a raise, get more money. So how do you increase your wages? If you are being proactive and applying this wisdom to whatever you're doing, right? How do you make it happen? Oh, very simple. First of all, you set the direction, okay? You can write it down on a piece of paper, okay? I want a raise. Okay, so now you want a raise, right? No problem. How to go about it? What are you missing? What's the step that is required to go there? You know, it's like drawing a road map. Okay, so station 1, station 2, you know, okay. How can you draw that road map? Very simple. Step 1 and then the end stage. You write that 2 down, okay? So step 1 is right now is the intention. So you like draw a little block and then an arrow going one side and you say get a raise. Okay, and then somewhere far away from that arrow, you have another block, and that's like a flag there. Okay, and then you're like success. Okay, you get a raise. So in the middle, in between the two, okay, what is the element that can make that happen? What is the most important thing that can make that happen? Your boss, right? Your boss decide. So in the middle, you write your boss. Okay, your boss. Now, between your boss and the end goal, what is the key element? The key element is the boss decide to raise you, right? Decide. So we write one more block between those two and say, boss make decision. Okay, so between you and the boss, communicate before that. What is required to make that happen? What is the sparking point that makes you and the boss will communicate? Well, you write a block there between that starting point and the boss. You write a block, like ask the boss for a raise, or present, or like tell the boss your what you want to do. Okay, now between these blocks you can write more details. So like before you actually tell the boss what is needed. Well, you need to get a good impression. You need to have this done. You need to have that qualification. You write more details. Now, as you build up the roadmap, you are controlling. You are trying to lay out the steps that is required, and you're physically going to get that achieved. That is how you can be proactive in life. Now, let me give you a simpler examples, right? Maybe like, okay, you are sick and you want to ask your boss if you can take a day off, right? But you're scared. You're kind of scared of this and that happened, and then maybe he'll not like it and so on. There are just so many things going on in your mind that put you, hold you back and not say it, right? And then, eventually you'll be staying home a bit, and then, oh shit, I have to go to work. And then you go to work, and then you're like, oh, yeah, I'm late. And then you're even more freaked out. And then you don't know how to explain to your boss. And then it becomes like a big stress there, right? And it's because you're not being proactive. How can you be proactive? Well, when you're home, when you have that question, oh, I am sick today, maybe I should stay home? Why do you have to decide? No, seriously, why do you have to be the one making the decision? It's your boss that say okay or not, right? So why don't ask him? So you give him a call, give him a message, a text, and say, today I wake up and feel very sick and so on, and I don't know what to do. Should I stay home or go to work? Your boss will say, well, you stay home and come back tomorrow or whatever, and then you're good, right? Just a question. He can say, oh, well, yeah, come to work anyway. He can say that, right? You didn't ban him from saying that. So if he say that, then, oh, well, go to work. Then you're not in trouble for not going to work. If he say you can stay home, you're like, oh, I'm not in trouble. I'm staying home. I'm happy. No worry, right? You see, being proactive, in control of your life, you have a lot less of stress, because most of the stress is created by yourself. Anyway, this topic is deep, but I don't have 1 hour now. So my timer is up. I will have to see you guys the next day. So see you in the next episode. Bye bye.